Hey, what's up YouTube? Tom here at Birds Blades. So today we're taking a look at this Chavez. This is their, what is this? Their Redemption Street drop point. This is their blue class knife. So this is like their budget knife, or their cheaper line of knives, I guess, or blue box. Anyway, we just picked this thing up here. I actually really like the box on these things, except for this little piece of foam. I kind of wish it would be glued up there and have the Chavez logo cut out of it, but I don't know, let's just get nitpicky. Anyway, how these things are packed is awesome. I just really like that. Diving into it, I suppose we'll start off with some specs. So this is a CHAVES Redemption Street. This is their blue box, so their budget one, with the black micarta scales on it. These are coming in at $165. The overall length from tip to butt on these is 7.25 inches. The handle length on them, so I believe that's just the closed length, is just a flat 4 inches. The handle thickness is 0.5 inches, so a half inch. Blade length on this is 3.125 inches. Blade thickness is 0.12 inches. And then the blade width, I'm assuming that's just the height of the blade, is 1.125 inches. This is a LMAX steel blade. You can see there, LMAX. It's a drop point. I really love the grind lines on this thing. I think them are some stunning looking grind lines. It's awesome. Like I said, it's LMAX drop point, flat ground, and then the weight of this knife is coming in at 4.67 ounces. So I don't know, to some this might be on the bigger side for an EDC knife, even though this is technically their EDC size. The Street anyways, more geared towards EDC, and I think it's a really good job, a really good size for it. Anyway, just kind of looking at it, these micarta scales on here are really cool. I like how they have these little lines you can see going down. I think them just look really cool. I don't know how they did that. You can see it on the edge here too, kind of. I don't know how they did that, and all of them don't look like this. This is just the one that I happened to get, had these little lines in it, and I think that's actually really cool. But this knife is, oh, this thing is fantastic. I have small to medium size hands, and it fits my hand perfectly. Ergonomics on this thing are fantastic. These are awesome ergonomics, and for me, ergonomic perfection is a Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and this doesn't really resemble a PM2 at all. I actually have a PM2. Let me see if I can grab it. Right here. I'll close these up so you can see it doesn't resemble a PM2 really in any way at all, but ergonomics are fantastic. This thing fires right open with authority, drop shot, super smooth. Blade centering is spot on perfect. These are steel liners. And so a really cool thing about these micarta ones here is you can pop out these 3 screws and take the scale off without actually removing the pivot. So it's actually the hole through the liners is big enough to slide over the pivot, so you don't need to take the pivot off to swap scales out. So that's actually really cool. It's kind of like a quick swap feature on scales. I think that's awesome. Access to the lock bar, or I guess not lock bar, I suppose this is a liner lock, but access to the liner is really, really good. No complaints. Really grippy. There's no jimping or anything on it, but it is plenty accessible, so you're not really going to slip off that. You can see this thing just drops shut. Thumb studs for deployment are in a really good spot. You can fire this thing open. See if I can front flip it, or spidey flick it. Not really. Let me try that again. Alright, so my finger gets in the way. But, yeah, I really like this. I suppose looking at these handles, though, they have this nice big jimping up top here that carries on onto the blade. That's in a good spot. It's aggressive jimping, but not too aggressive, so like your finger does actually, or your thumb does bite into it and stop it from slipping, which is awesome, but it doesn't cut your thumb. These screws are not recessed, if you see there, so that might be an issue for some. Personally, I don't mind it. They did ship it, or I guess not ship it, but package it with the plain clip, not the skull clip on it. A lot of people don't like the skull clip. Personally, I don't really mind it. I actually might put the skull clip on mine, just because that's kind of a Chavez thing, and I think it's unique to them. You have a, I'm assuming, polymer backspacer on these ones, since they are the budget versions of these Chavez knives. In doing research on this, I found that they have a, where is it, the screw holes you can see there on the liner. So this is actually a reversible clip, but you have to pull the scale off, and then it said that there was indentations where you need to drill the hole to move the clip, but they just do it like this, so it's just a clean show side with no extra holes. I really like that. I think that's kind of neat. I mean, you got to do a little bit of work to swap it over, but I mean, really, who cares? It's not that much work. These are steel liners, not titanium, which personally I actually like that, because you get zero lock stick at all. Like, lockup is actually really good. But yeah, this is an awesome knife. The pocket clip is sweet. It is, I don't know if you want to call that deep carry. I mean, it would ride pretty deep into your pocket, but obviously not as deep as like a loop over pocket clip would. The blade on this thing is awesome. I love these grind lines. The only thing that would have made me like this knife more is if this had a hollow grind, but I do understand why they went with a flat grind. It'd be a little bit better of a work knife, but you can see them grind lines. Them things are unreal. Elmax steel, it's a really good steel in my opinion. I don't personally know anybody that doesn't like Elmax. Grind lines on this thing are extremely symmetrical. Tip is nice and centered. Yeah, I mean, overall fit and finish on this knife is fantastic. I can't find a single complaint about this thing. For $165, you're getting a Chavez. I think that is a really good deal. And they do make, on their website, on Chavez's website, they do have titanium scales for this if you want to go with a titanium scale. Honestly, I like this micarta, especially the one that I happen to get with these lines. But, I mean, that is an option if you wanted titanium. But, yeah, this is a wicked knife, especially for $165. A Chavez. I mean, the Chavez Redemption blue, not the blue, or not the street, so the bigger one is, I think it's like $180. But to me, this is just a better EDC size. Realistically, the only reason I would go any bigger is to just get a bigger blade. But I don't need a bigger blade really, so this is plenty sufficient for me. Overall, just a fantastic knife. I love this thing. Anyway, this is just kind of a quick little video. It is running on bearings. I don't know if I forgot to mention anything and you know more about this knife, feel free to comment down below. Other than that, fit and finish on this thing is fantastic. Overall, I love it. Ergonomics are great. There is no finger choil, but yeah, I won't even use that as a finger choil. Pinch grip on this thing? No, I won't even do that. But it's just a sharpening choil, I guess. I don't know. I love this knife. If you like this video, leave a like. Comment down below what you'd like to see me do next. And until next time, thanks for watching. Have a good one.